Upgrade. You know the rest. And while we do upgrade, we're not any closer to Mercedes, but what I find more fascinating is the closeness of the field. Look at that. Beautiful. Greetings, you swaggy dogs, it's Karl here, and welcome back to the final episode of my F1 2019 career mode. I am actually finishing this series before F1 2020 drops tomorrow. It'd be rude not to, before F1 2020 sweeps us all off our feet on July the 10th. So coming through the last corner, we're in Q2. I did 3-part qualifying. We got through Q1 easily. Across the line, it's P5. However, don't think it gets too interesting. We did a banker lap, and oh dear. Luckily on a fresh set of boots, we're going to be so fucking quick, no one's not even going to see us. So coming through the first corner here, down to 4th gear. That is a slightly questionable turn-in, but we're going to carry on regardless. Through this next set of corners, full throttle, easily. Jeff, shut the shitting hell up. I'm trying to commentate. It's going to be an easy green sector, though. There it is. Perfect, even though we're red on our time currently. But don't worry about that too much. Through this hairpin, tyre heating can be a problem. I use first gear for a bit more bite. Coming through these last two corners, that is esports line right there. Through this last corner, locking up like an excited goat. And across the line, where we gon' be? So, welcome to horse all over the floor. It is episode 13, this last episode, so it could be unlucky for me, but I'll tell you who it is unlucky for. Lewis Hamilton, trying to be a cheeky boy on the medium tyres, out of Q2, gone, P13. What a noob he is. But hopefully we can better our grid position, only P12, but with Mercedes as quick as they are at the top, and my teammate really high up, it's going to be a very tough ordeal for us in the race tomorrow.
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note.
Lights out and away we go for this 50% race. You heard me right, and I'm not going to say it twice because you already know what the score is. Down towards turn 1, it was a decent start, but Ricciardo's locking up. There goes his front wing, and he's got that all kinds of wrong, locking up like a bruised elephant. Round the outside we go of him and Hamilton, who tried to capitalise on his damaged car, and that is P9 already. Excellent stuff. Someone did have a grid penalty, so we started P11. However, we'll gloss over that. It's a great start, and we're going to continue making progress. We go down the inside of Perez, who turns in on us when he clearly knew we were there. But we absolutely rinsed the tortilla up into P8. But don't think it gets any more exciting, because it didn't. We're up to lap 2 now, and up to nowhere, actually, because we're still in P8. So it's not gone ideally. However, we are pikeying Slipstream McGee off Hulkenberg. But he is on the soft tyres, and while they are a bit worn, we do have to be wary that our medium tyres will not be as quick just yet. But luckily, it will play into our favour a bit later. What isn't playing into our favour, though, is that straight line speed. Perez, what the hell is that, fella? However, I don't think he is going to pass us. Even with a bit of a lock-up, we do maintain P8 for now. We're on to lap 4 already because, insert not at all funny French Grand Prix joke here. But it's beginning to spice up as we are hot on the heels of Hulkenberg like a Vindaloo. And we're going to have DRS here up into all the ERS and fuel modes, which I cannot be bothered to say more than once this race. But I'm probably going to anyway. But Hulkenberg will defend to the inside. We're going to brake a bit late, however, pull up alongside him, go round the outside, have the inside line for the next corner. Beautiful move. P7. And on to lap 5, the pursuit of our eternal arch nemesis begins. Devon Butler up in the distance. This is the track, of course, where he hit our car in Formula 2. I remember that clear as day. Or should I say night time, because it is a night race. But here's the only overtaking point in the circuit, and we were nowhere near close enough. But on to lap 6, look at that. Magically, we are closer. And with DRS, once again, we are going to lunch up that slipstream like a roast dinner. Feint to the inside, try and scare him a little bit. Not going to happen. We do brake very late, though, and we do tap him a little bit. So we're giving him some assistance going along the track there. His racing point isn't that quick. But once again, going to have DRS, though. Fling up that battery into the highest modes possible. Make him defend to the inside. Go to the outside. I did not expect him to brake that early, but we do get the move done. And we maintain, well, we obtain, actually. We're not maintaining anything. We get P6, and next up is our teammate. Actually, I lied. We are maintaining something. Great straight line speed. We feint to the inside once again, but it's all kicking off up ahead. 2 Ferraris and a Mercedes in a massive clump here. I almost run into the back of my teammate in all the excitement. Butler's now in the scrap. It's all kicking off here, and it's all being held up by, hello, Sebastian. Anyway, let's not reminisce on our American adventure. We've got Abu Dhabi dabbing to do here. And as you can see, 5 cars going full ham at it into this section. And we are just going to switch back my teammate and Pierre Gasly. It's absolutely excellent stuff. And that is P4. And so the hectic start does continue as Bottas and Vettel fighting up ahead. Bottas does get the move done, and we're following through this tight section. My medium tyres have completely come alight. Not in that sense, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to drive at all. Jesus Christ. God. However, we're going to look for an avenue past Vettel. That P3 will soon be ours for the Oh, well, there goes that fight then. On to the next lap, nothing really happened other than catching up to Bottas tenfold. But in the distance, Charles Leclerc coming into the pit lane. And we are going to come on to lap 9, and it'll be myself and Valtteri Bottas duking it out for supremacy. Me and him have had our fair share of battles during the season. I think back to moments like Belgium, for example, where he was hunting me down the whole race. However, I held on firm. Now it's time for the hunter to become hunted. It's Bottas' turn to be gobbled up, hopefully. However, we are not really close enough to go for anything here, as we do have DRS, thankfully, but nothing to show for it there. We are going to try and switch back it like we have done before. We're a bit far back. We're going to dive it down the inside anyway, up to P1. Look at that. Oh, I've missed being in P1. What a brilliant position that is. However, it sure as hell didn't last long, because there is Charles Leclerc, 14 point something seconds behind. In other words, less than a pit stop's worth. And so we probably won't keep the lead when we do pit at the end of this lap onto another set of medium tyres. Under the tunnel we go to some lovely echoing engine sounds, and we are going to rejoin, I believe, in P6. Perez has managed to get past us in all that malarkey. No idea how. That's not gone well at all. So we're going to have to assert our dominance right away on our new set of mediums. Look at that. Getting that curb to perfection. Perez is absolutely pooing himself here. We're going to gobble his slipstream up on the straight. I don't even think he's got DRS on the car ahead, which is going to be problematic. That's Bottas in P4. My teammate's done an absolute job. He doesn't have DRS to Sergio Perez. And through we go, having a little fiesta as we go past. That is fantastic stuff. P5. And now it's time to absolutely turn up the heat. Because while it seemed like nothing was going to happen for a few laps, well, hello, Sebastian. Anyway, while Sebastian Fanboy 26 over here is reminiscing on the American adventure once again, these two are fighting tooth and nail for P3. Bottas does once again get supremacy. We take an interesting line through the last corner, but we don't need to talk about that. Cheeky personal best lap, and now it's time to begin to assert our dominance over the field once again. That P3 will hopefully be ours very, very soon, and it's going to look likely because we are on a fresh set of medium tyres. Vettel is as well, however he's been on his for a couple laps longer than me, and Bottas, while on a fresh set of softs, they're going to wear down much quicker, and so ideally I want to get past him quicker so that I can focus my sights on my teammates and Leclerc up ahead. DRS is going to be firmly open on these two up ahead, gobbling up that slipstream like a hungry turkey. That is a coined phrase at this point, but Vettel's going to go for the move on Bottas. I debated going for the meticulous. That's not the right word, is it, Carl? Ridiculous dive bomb is what I meant to say. However, what is ridiculous is the exit we've just got. Vettel doesn't have DRS. Bottas does, but we've got ERS and DRS to play around with. So we're going to get the pair of them. Absolutely excellent. Up into the podium positions once again. Onto lap 14 and then 15 because nothing happened once again. However, what is about to happen is Bottas is about to absolutely send me into 2018 again. Look at how fast he went past, but we're not going to have any of that. Last of the late breakers, we do squeeze him out. And our job right now is to try and catch my teammate up ahead. He too is on a set of soft tyres. I believe Leclerc is as well. So hopefully our medium tyres are going to begin to come into play very soon. And speaking of which, onto lap 16 we are now. And as you can see, coming out of this corner, DRS has been obtained. Norris, you better start getting scared because that P2 is going to get gobbled, fella. Right now, actually, lap 17 is here and Norris is looking extremely vulnerable. As Danny Rick said, I do like them vulnerable, though.
18.
So let's see what we can do. If we get another of a slipstream, we might as well go for the same move we did on him last time. Feint to the inside and go to the outside, because then that gives us the inside line for that second part there. Fantastic stuff. P2 is ours for the taking. And next up is going to be Charles Leclerc. Or rather, it would be if he didn't pit. But it's P1 once again. Get in there, Lewis. Now is the time to push, though, to make sure we don't get completely mullered. Gap to Leclerc is something in the 15s, I'm pretty sure. So that's very interesting news. However, speaking of getting there, Lewis, look at how far back he is. Jesus Christ, he's had a shocker this race. I think he had a car problem, to be honest with you. However, onto lap 20, gap to Leclerc has been decreased massively, which is not great news. But we're going to come on to the end of this lap to fit on a nice fresh set of soft tyres. Through the tunnel of righteousness once again, Bottas with an incredibly fast lap. However, we have done more than enough to secure P3. So long as we don't completely bottle it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. However, now is the time to absolutely blow some lap times out of the park as I muller that first bit. Very nicely done there. Through the hairpin, and these tyres immediately felt so hooked. Norris, get scared, mate. Onto the end of lap 21, gap is 1.4, and we have the best last sector of the entire race. So this is getting very interesting. Onto lap 22 already, making that gap even smaller. This last sector seems to be an absolutely brilliant one for us. I'm not sure what it is. Probably the fact we're cutting corners all over the place, but sure. We're keeping up with Norris just fine, even though he's on the medium tyres and they might already be better on the heating. We're just going to cut some more corners slightly. To be fair, though, on strict, that right-hander there, you can cut pretty damn fine, and it won't really care that much. So we move. We're just going to keep on ploughing on like a combine harvester, and onto the end of lap 22. Is it a fastest lap?
No.
This is the part I like to call goodbye Lando Norris. We know how we do. We're going to go around the outside of the left-hander and then just squeeze him out on the right-hander and then secure the bag and get P2. Or not. He's still alongside. Okay. This is getting quite interesting then. However, he does not have DRS to his advantage, and we just go straight past. P2 is ours for the taking. But we do want more. Can we get P1? Well, let's find out. Coming on to the end of lap 24. Pretty good lap. It's 2.1 seconds, the gap to Leclerc. So we've got some work to do. Bottas up to P3 as well. My teammates had a shocker. Our gap is even less, 1.4. Leclerc, you better be getting scared, fella, because this is not looking good for you. Lap 26, onto 27, 1.1. We're just chipping away at his time gradually, 10th by 10th, each sector now. As the medium tyres are starting to kick in, these soft tyres are beginning to overheat and feel a little bit slidey, but I'm doing my best to be as smooth as possible and getting that DRS, because once I do, that could be game over, and the win could be ours. In the last episode, you would have thought I'd scripted this, but trust me, I genuinely haven't. So can we get DRS on Leclerc? Oh.
No.
No matter, we have one more lap in anger to try and get it, and we're going to stay on board the entire lap, because this could get tasty. Round the first corner, you don't want to take way too much of that curb. You can take lots of it, though, in 4th gear. This one, don't take any of the curb. You want to go full throttle around this right-hander. Again, take lots of that curb. The car feels nice and stable. Braking when that curb starts. Take lots of that curb down to 2nd gear for a bit more bite into that corner around the hairpin. Locking up a bit, but I use 1st gear. Once again, getting some bite for the turn in. And we do get DRS. This could be it for Charles Leclerc. Pastry Boy versus KarlsCars. Who's going to win? Probably him, to be honest, considering I'm not a great driver. Braking for this upcoming chicane, about 100 meters out. Really try and get that car slowed down. Excellent work. Smooth on the power on the way out. Rear tyres are starting to go, and Leclerc's got a very good exit. We're throwing the ERS up into all the high modes. We're running out of battery, actually. It's not going ideally, but into Sector 3, our favourite sector. We're going to try and just muller it through. Take lots of that curb, just about keeping it between the white lines. Down to 3rd. We're keeping nice and close to that Ferrari car. But there isn't really many overtaking opportunities here. And it looks like, as much as we want to try for it, as much as we dare to put Leclerc under pressure. He is not going to buckle. It will be the Ferrari man who's going to win this race. But for us, P11 on the grid, showing both the Mercedes up and my teammate. We're going to finish on a high. It's P2. Yes!
That's it. What a season. Great work this year. Really great work. It's been hard at times, but we've come through.
Come on, winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Sorry about that. Leclerc was a bit noisy there.
But we were so close to winning that race. One more lap, and I would have had him. We were only half a second between second place and eternal glory. But not to be. We can't end F1 2019 with a scripted win. We end it with a nice podium to finish off. Not a bad way to end our season with McLaren. Lando Norris doing a pretty respectable job as well. P4 in the end, a great haul of points for the team. And second place is well and truly secured in the Constructors. Any other news? Red Bull is shit. Hamilton finished P5 in the end, despite his calamities at the start. And other than that, nothing really. What a race.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and Xbox is commending my achievements for smashing Devon and Lucas's faces in. Yes, we did. The car felt absolutely fantastic all the way through.
You must be happy with the result today.
I am. It could have been the win. It definitely could have been a win. Maybe it should have been, but second place, can't complain.
You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
Yes, the release of F1 2020. But, no, it was an incredible race. I didn't really expect it to go that well, to be honest.
Great. Well, that's everything.
And that is the last ever Claire interview on this channel. I know, that's mad. But in the rivalry, we've won.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year. Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium.
So after cleaning my retinas out, we have a contract negotiation. Not like it's going to matter, because my team is going to matter very, very much very soon. But we do negotiate very well indeed. We extend the contract to its absolute limitations with a level 3 and upgrade speed, proposing the contract almost up to the orange line. Fantastic work. And that pretty much wraps it all up. All there is to do is look at our results, starting from humble beginnings in Australia P7, to then as the season went on, we got a couple of race wins, a bit of a rocky road towards the end of the season, but in the end, 3 race wins to our name, and a whole bunch of podiums to show our resurgence as a team. And looking at the drivers and constructors standings one final time, we get 3rd place by a country mile, with 304 points. Absolutely excellent. What's also excellent, Lando Norris got P5 in the end. So after what was not a great start, he's absolutely sold everyone else for a bag of chips. Vettel and Verstappen's awful Abu Dhabi race comes back to haunt them as they get 6th and 7th, demoted by my teammate. Excellent work from him. Constructors-wise, everybody scored points, except Williams. Nah, that's just too topical, isn't it? But that's it. That's all there is to F1 2019 career mode on this channel. I think all that remains for me to say is thank you all very, very much for joining me on this journey. Whether you've been here from day dot, watching all the way from my F2 journey to now, or just watching this episode, thank you very, very much for joining me on this journey. And what's for certain is I cannot wait to get started with F1 2020, my team career mode, very soon. So do stay tuned for that. Until then, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, smash like, smash subscribe, smash notification bell, smash everything. Don't take that advice too far. I wouldn't recommend it. But I would be very grateful if you could do all of that. I also do have very, very many social medias that you should go and follow. Links are all in the description. Do go and follow them right now, because if you do, you could win yourself a free Subaru Impreza. Until the next video, whatever that video may be, but probably F1 2020 to be honest. Once again, thank you all ever so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you very soon.